In great power, we see that which is great becoming strong. The trigram of strength directs the trigram of movement, and hence the whole is expressive of vigor. But that which is great necessitates firm correctness. The attributes of heaven and earth are displayed when firmness and correctness attain their ideal state. Leg. Because the dynamic lines predominate in great power, the figure suggests a state in which there is an abundance of strength and vigor. Is strength alone enough for the conduct of affairs? Of course not. Strength must always be subordinated to the idea of right and exerted only in harmony with it. The lower trigram symbolizes strength, the upper symbolizes movement. In the Confucian commentary, that which is great denotes the group of 4 dynamic lines in which strikes us on looking at the figure, and also the superior men in positions of power, of whom these are the representatives. That the attributes of heaven and earth are displayed means that the power of men should be a reflection of the great power which we see impartially working in nature. Cheng Su says on the image, "Thunder rolling in the sky and making all things shake is the symbol of great power." In relating its application to man, he quotes a beautiful saying of antiquity, "The strong man is he who overcomes himself." Notes and paraphrases, judgment, control yourself. The superior man does nothing that is not in accordance with the principles of the work. Wilhelm and Blofeld translate this hexagram as the power of the great, but I prefer Lu's rendition of great power because it has a more neutral connotation. The power of the great suggests the might of kings and emperors and implies superior power wielded at one's own discretion. It is too easy to misinterpret this hexagram as a clear injunction to take unilateral action. Such is seldom the case. The hexagram depicts a charge of latent energy which must be properly managed. The figure is usually compared with the image of a ram or goat, the 4 lower dynamic lines being the body and the 2 upper magnetic lines representing the horns. Since this hexagram is the preceding figure of retreat turned upside down, one can imagine the 2 together as a person retreating across a pasture pursued by a charging beast. The ram/goat is mentioned in 4 of the 6 lines of the hexagram. This is certainly great power, but in such a crude form, it cannot be truthfully called the power of the great. Truly great power, as the judgment tells us, is derived from our will to restrain our emotions, instincts, and appetites. Note that lines 2 and 4 are the most positively forceful lines in the hexagram, and that both imply restraint of power as the proper way to attain one's goals.